This week in the field, adapting to the situation. Hey everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me today. So today's video is the one voted by you. Let's see, in episode 302, I showed a few photos and I had some footage of each of the shoots and asked you all to tell me what you wanted to see. And Kyoto won out by a very small margin after adding up comments on Facebook, YouTube, emails, my website. It was actually really close. I was surprised that there was interest in all of the shots. So we're going to talk about the Kyoto sunset photo that I showed you guys. And I think I am going to do the Yakina head shoot in a few episodes from now because there was a lot of interest in that one as well. But today we're going to talk about Kyoto. And when I think about this shoot, the thing that really comes to mind is adapting to the situation. Now, I showed some of this footage in an earlier episode about like being low impact when you're like shooting architecture on the street. And my idea when I went out to do this photo was to go and take photographs of some of the restaurants that are overlooking the river. And well, got out there and was had some challenges finding a good setup. Let me show you some of that footage here. Doing a little bit of a walkabout in Kyoto, my last night here. And I'm kind of looking down the river at, I believe the alley is Pontocho Alley, where you see these restaurants right along the river right here. It's going to get lit up pretty nicely, although the sky itself not doing too much. None of these access points are working out. There's little platforms down there to stand on that I'm too far south of the restaurants that I want to shoot. I've weaved my tripod legs through this fencing, really minimizing my footprint on the sidewalk. And I'm centering on this particular stack of restaurants. That one interested me the most. Set up vertically. And I have positioned, I set my zoom lens. I switched over to the 24-70 so that I can minimize some of these little weeds you see in the front as I pan south and pan north. Whoops. Let's get that back on. I must have waved in front of the camera too long. Anyway, it's to these little fronds that are sticking up here and to the south. Just a tiny bit of those in the frame. I can brush those away pretty easily. And that's kind of really driven my choice in focal length, which I'm guessing is landing around 35 to 40 millimeters. I finally got my vantage on this particular set of tiers of restaurant seating that I liked. And then had to just sit around and wait. And that's when things changed. I tell you, the waiting is the hardest part. Still another 10 minutes or so. The sun is just about down. A nice little bit of a pink glow off to the far west. But just waiting for those skies. This is my chosen composition. What else am I doing here? Leveling base on the tripod. So we're doing that. Level the base so that when I pan downstream and then upstream, it's going to be nice, even. I chose the focal length thing about 40 to 42 millimeters, so you can see this little tuft of brush as well as that little bit. They'll be minimized in the frame. That'll make an easy job for removal if I decide to do that. And really making this particular scene, which I'm sure I'll photograph individually, as kind of a focal point for the entire shot. And now suddenly waiting isn't the hardest part. Getting a glorious sunset right over the river here just before dusk sets in. So this is straight up just F16, let the camera do the metering. No filters, no fancy stuff, just a beautiful, beautiful night in Kyoto. And that color in the sky lasted maybe a minute, maybe 90 seconds. It was very short and then it was gone. I mean, you saw that footage there where I think between the two clips, maybe 4 or 5 minutes had passed where it looked like nothing was really going to go on. It was just light little pink out at the horizon, and then suddenly all this color in the sky, and then just as suddenly it was all gone, and just that kind of a murky blue gray, with the remaining cloud cover left over. So the obvious tip here is tip of the week: adapt to the situation. I had really set up, was all dialed in for these restaurant shot, and just waiting for the sky to get that inky blue. And well, it didn't turn inky blue. It kind of did where the restaurants were, but the real interesting area was, a little bit farther up the river where the sky was bursting with color. So it was, all right, recompose, reset up, dial in, new focus point and all that kind of stuff. Just, get to work, get those shots. And then afterward, of course, I was still able to hang around a little bit and get the original photo that I had envisioned, which really wasn't as interesting as the sunset itself. That'll do it for this week's In the Field. Thanks for watching, and thanks to those of you that voted. That was it was fun. It was nice for me to get a glimpse and some ideas of what you want to see and what types of things interest you photographically. And again, if your vote didn't end up on the screen today, don't worry, especially for those of you that wanted to see more of Yaquina Head. I will share that footage at some point in the future. Actually, I did find out I've got a little bit of an audio problem with some of it, so it may end up becoming a lot less than I thought it would be. But we'll see. We'll see what I can do and salvage and clean it up. But again, thanks for voting. Thanks for watching. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting.